At the Last Supper in the upper room, Jesus institutes two sacraments, the sacrament of the Eucharist and the sacrament of priesthood. Right after sharing the meal with his apostles, saying to them, "This is indeed my flesh, this is indeed my blood," he gives them a new commandment. "Do this in memory of me," binding these two sacraments very, very closely together. Therefore, priesthood is at the service of the Eucharist. And the Eucharist has been a part not only of my faith, but also of my formation, also of my very vocation, not only to life of holiness, but to life in holy orders as a priest. It was a beginning of my conversion, participating in the devotions to the Blessed Virgin Mary during May at my home parish, that I began to grow in the awareness of Jesus' real presence in this sacrament during the exposition of the Blessed Sacrament, when I felt for the first time that hunger for the spiritual nourishment, for the life of grace within me. Also, I remember as I was altar serving with my pastor, Monsignor John, I could see that reverence, that love, that very awareness of his real presence in the Eucharist that drew me closer not only to the Lord, but also to the idea, hey, maybe one day I can do that. One thing that I remember about him is, as he found himself celebrating the Eucharist behind the altar, he was there, but as somewhere else as well. He was in different reality because he was with the Lord. And just like the apostles seen that connection between Jesus and his Father when he was in prayer, I've seen that reality in my parish pastor, saying to myself, hey, I want this. I want this. Those are the first moments when I started thinking about becoming a priest. Today, the Eucharist is the nourishment of everything that I do and everything who I am, very much of my personal relationship with the Lord. In the daily celebration of the Eucharist, I receive strength to continue my ministry in the parish, in the school, to continue to work for the benefit of the Church. But it is also in this sacrament of daily Mass where I am honored so much with his presence. Who am I that the Lord is reborn to this world every time I celebrate Mass? And in my hands, this bread becomes his flesh. This wine becomes his blood for the salvation of the world. I am an unworthy vessel, but I feel so honored to be a part of such great mystery of God's presence in this world, but more importantly, how much he has loved us. He is awaiting all of us in the sacrament of the Eucharist to make us feel loved, appreciated, and important to him. May God bless you all.